G'day everyone, it's Curtis here and welcome to an On The Back Wheel video. Today is a very exciting video because I'm going to be installing these SRC Adventure Moto crash bars onto my Gen 3 KLR 650, and as an added bonus, just hit myself in the head, I'm going to be installing the bash plate as well. Before we start, also hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber really helps grow the channel. Let's get into it. This is going to be exciting because I haven't even unpacked everything, so let's get unpacking. Apologies for the lighting, everyone. I will be working on that situation, and it's a really rainy day outside, so we're doing all this inside today. Oh, the knife needs a bit of a sharpen, doesn't it? See here, this is where our bolts and everything are too. Pull them out first. So looking in here, we've got bolts, that bracket, and some kind of instructions or a checklist as well. So open that up. There's one of the brackets. Here's another. See, everything is wrapped, isn't it? And here's all our bolts, which is pretty cool. Looks like it's got a checklist that they've manually checked as well. That's cool. Tick them all off. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a little diagram where everything should go. So that's cool. I'll tell you this, they did not skimp on wrapping. That's for sure. Bracket number one. Oh, it's a nice looking bit of kit. Show you that on there. Yeah, nice quality. Silver, would have liked black, but oh well. It's going to be hidden away anyway. And number two. Pretty weighty, very solid and good quality. Bolts look like they're good quality as well. Ooh, I like that. That is nice. It's got a damping pad as well. That's cool. Oh, I like this a lot. Ooh, look at those welds. This is pretty premium, guys. I like that it's got a bit more holes as well, because on mine, when you go for a really muddy or dirty ride, leaves and stuff still get all stuck in it, so that's good. I'll bring this out into the natural light so you can see it a bit better. This looks fantastic. Look at the quality of that. Oh, I'm very happy with this. Looks premium, the welds look great. Yeah, let's chuck this on. Well, we'll get the other one off, then we'll chuck this on. All right, let's unpack these bad boys. Oh, that's why I get a better knife, doesn't it? All good, all good. We work with what we got. Now, I'm excited to use these because these look like by far the best ones on the market so far. I tell you what, they wrapped the absolute bejeebers out of these. They are, oh, tight. Okay, that's one unwrapped. On to the next one. Alright, here we have them all unpacked. They look pretty trick. I'm liking the look of them. The welds look good, the quality looks fantastic, paint looks good. They look very strong, which is most important. Alright, let's unpack all the bolts and get the bash plate out as well. Okay, here's all the bolts. It even comes with Loctite and also the sliders as well. I'll get our little knife out. Everything's wrapped really good, hey. Pretty impressed with the quality so far, even before installing them. So here's our sliders. Nice. Some instructions and a checklist. Cool, they've checked it all off manually. That's good to see. All your different bolts, stuff like that. I'll just show you roughly how it's supposed to go. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Loctite, always good to have. Saves you buying your own as well. Mounting equipment. Ooh, some nice high quality looking stainless steel. Washers. All stuff we need by the looks of it. And, oh, that's your joiner, so you join the two guards together. We have everything all unpacked, it's all together. I'm just going to leave it here. And what we're going to do is, we come over here. Turn this light on here. We need to get this skid plate off. So we'll get that off, and then we also need to take that bracket off and replace it with the new one. So I'll start doing it, I suppose. It's not going to do itself. Alright, I got the skid plate off, and while I have it off, I thought I'd just compare all three. So this is the stock one. As you can see, it's much shorter and doesn't cover as far back there. So it's not even getting anywhere close to covering the whole engine. And these are similar length. This could be a tiny bit longer. Square them up a bit. Yeah, pretty similar length. That's maybe a tiny bit longer. And you can see that the SRC has much more holes through it, which isn't too bad because it will allow for dirt and everything to get out. This did have some dirt and all stuff in it. I had to actually tip some out into the yard. Both nice bits of kit, that's for sure. I think this looks like it's a little bit better quality in the welds and stuff. This is still very good quality. And you can see I've got a really big dent in it there actually. So that's good to know that it is being used. Now I have to remove these braces because we are going to use the SRC braces. So I'll get these off and then we'll start installing the crash bars. They have to go on first. And then the bash plate goes underneath next. I know the lighting isn't amazing, but behind here are the nuts we have to remove. There's two 12s and I think it's a 14, so we'll get them off. Oh. That one's done it. Oh. That was done up. Woo! Alright, this is the big bolt. It's pretty tight. Oh, got it. Definitely Loctite nose. Make sure we keep all these. Alright, next thing we're going to do is take off these foot pegs here. Oh man. Everything on the KLR weighs an absolute ton. You can see these rubber mounts actually already wearing. To give them a clean before I put them back on. So I ran into my first thing that the instructions didn't quite tell me. In fact, the only thing so far is which one is the left and which one is the right bracket. I figured it out by mocking up the skid plate and then just seeing which way it fits. So this one is the left, and this one's the right. So that's how they go if you're struggling for it. So you gotta face that way. This locking pin that joins the two together, gotta pop that in here. And then it's got a washer and screw I need to put in there. All right, now for the fun part. We got to put this big bolt with the washer on it. Put that up and through there. Okay, that was easy. Just let that dangle down a bit. And then get that one through there. That one through there. Well, that was pretty easy. So that's how that goes. You can see it. There's 3 bolts there. Now I've got to put the bolts through here. So this goes underneath there. This thick washer goes in between. This is really testing out the skills. Ugh. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then we screw that in a bit. And this one as well. Just tighten them up a little bit, not too tight before I square everything up. Yeah, it's still got a lot of way. Alright, that's how it looks so far. Damn, son, this is looking good. Let's do the other side. Come on. Alright, same again. Remove the foot pegs. Why is this bike 200 kilos? Because Kawasaki just went overboard on absolutely everything. Okay, I already know this is going to be the fun part. As I saw in the video, they did it with 2 people. So you know it's going to be a bit interesting. That on first. Okay, not too bad, not too hard. These little ones in, maybe. Ding, ding, ding. Got that part done. We'll just leave that there. Just show you how that looks. So that's all mocked up. Haven't put any of the bolts on because I'm going to put Loctite on them. And this is there still, so we'll do them up. And then we'll chuck some Loctite on here. And make sure these are all sweet too. Goes through there, that goes there. Goes in behind. So what I'm going to do is, just before it's all together, put a tiny bit of thread locker on it, on the foot pegs. This one's a bit tricky. Get them all squared up. Sweet. Do the same for the other side. Okay, I've done all these up nice and snug, and they got thread lock on them. So the next thing to do is to chuck some thread lock on the ones in here and tighten them up. Alright, the crash bars are all on. Looks fantastic. Now I've just got to put on the skid plate. Let's do that now. So this could be a little bit tricky. I'm going to kind of get it in underneath. That actually wasn't too bad at all. Mounting hardware for this is pretty cool. That sweet recessed washer. So I don't know how we can see once I start working on it, but this spacer has to go underneath. Basically, it goes like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of thread locker on and see how we go. So that goes underneath there. Sweet. Let's do that loose. That's in there. So that's that bit there. Then I just got to do the other side over here. Alright, it is all installed. What I'm going to do is wheel the bike outside. There's a lot better lighting out there, and show you how it all looks. Alright, they're all installed. Let's have a look. I have to say, they look absolutely fantastic. The build quality is great. It's a shame I didn't have it the other week, eh? All good. The bash plate too is fantastic. It looks trick as. We'll come around this side, give you a front on view. That's how it looks from the front. So it's not really that much wider, which is good. Kind of looks tough as well. This is the left hand side. And we'll come down to here. All the bolts are good quality. So also got these replaceable plastic sliders, which should take the brunt of the damage. So you just damage them and not your metal. And come down here. This is out installs there. It looks fantastic, yeah, and the bash plate fits in underneath too really well. There's the new bolts and everything in there. If you can see them, it's hard to see, I know. I am absolutely stoked. This thing is rock solid, absolutely rock solid. I think these are going to do a fantastic job. They look great. Now I've just got to test them. And you know me, I seem to crash a bit, so they're definitely going to get tested. I've noticed some of the other brands just look terrible, and they wrap around and come over the top here, which I think is completely unnecessary on the KLR, because as someone who's crashed, here's a lot already, you can see where the damage happens is down here. So when you've got your hand guards, that takes a lot of the damage, and then the rest kind of falls onto this area here on the fairing. So I think with these, how they sit, they're going to fall on here, and then it's going to miss here and take it up, the rest up here. So I think that's how they're going to work, and they're going to be fantastic, and they look 1,000,000 times better than any of the crash bars that are out there. The dirt tracks and the T-Rex I think are really ugly. I know it's personal preference, but I don't think you can deny that these are a much better looking set of crash bars. They look fantastic, so I'm really keen to try them. This bash plate is trick. It's very trick. I like the look of it. Some of the holes might be a little bit big, but I suppose those little rocks that are going to get through here aren't really going to do any damage, are they? Like, they're not. And one of the good things about the holes is the dirt's going to come out easier. On my SW Motec, it does collect a lot of dirt and mud and leaves, so that is annoying. And probably the most important thing is, look, that is our drain plug, and it does not sit proud, which is fantastic. That's my thumb, by the way, give him a thumbs up. Fantastic. That's one of the big things I was looking forward to. So we'll be able to hit some stuff and not worry about scraping that and destroying the bottom of the engine. Prices, I'll put the prices in the description, but I believe they're going to be $650 for the crash bars and $450 for the bash plate. Bash plate is a little bit expensive, I will admit, but I think the crash bars are very well priced. Like, I priced up these for side fairings OEM, and one crash, they're going to pay for himself. Absolutely going to pay for himself. And one thing, I will do a follow-up video on how this bike crashes without protection, but it's actually bent, the support here. This is bent on me, so it's no longer square, and you can't screw it into here anymore because that is actually pushed back to there. With crash bars, that would not happen at all. So one crash, they're going to pay for himself, or one decent crash like I tend to do. So I think the price is fair and the build quality is fantastic. It comes with all the mounting hardware, Loctite, and it's pretty easy to do. The only bit I didn't really know what to do, that wasn't instructions. It says like, you know, mount your left bracket here and your right bracket there. I didn't know which one was left and right, so I had to mock it up, which took me 10 seconds to do. So that wasn't hard at all, but just something to be aware of. The rest of the instructions were fantastic. A couple of other things I'm going to do on the KLR is put on these AX41s. They look fantastic. Look at these nice chunky boys, thick girls. I like it. To replace these are absolutely chewed out, and then get some decent foot pegs on, and then the build will be pretty much done. All right, that's it from me. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button and keep it on the back wheel, everyone. Catches.